a way to foil without any heat necessary.
Hello everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to
Brennan's Crafty Corner. Hello everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm sharing with you the new foil fusion sheets from Tonic Studios. I got to demo with these in Vegas at that expo I was at last month, and I had so much fun, so that's why I'm sharing them with you. I also asked a store owner in Australia, whose name is Cheryl Lee, and she was so much fun. She was in my class in Vegas, if she wanted me to demo these for her, and she said yes, so I was like, I should just do a YouTube video so I can post it to my channel, and so you can show your customers. So that's why I'm doing this. Just so you know, Tonic Studios did give me all the Tonic branded products in this video that you'll see, but it wasn't to make a video with, it was actually just for me to gain knowledge on them before I went to Vegas so I actually knew how to use them, because that's helpful when you're showing a product. Anyways, let's get into it because you can foil with these and do a couple more things, so you need to see this. So these are the new foil fusion sheets from Tonic Studios. There are 4 Christmas ones, and these each coordinate with the different Christmas set lines that have come out with Tonic Studios, but we're going to be focusing on these 2 today. This is the Timeless Tidings foil fusion sheets, and this is the Winter's Veil foil fusion sheet. On both of these, you get 4 sheets of 2 different designs, so you get 2 sheets of each design. The Winter's Veil collection is mostly snowflakes, and then the Timeless Tidings has different classic Christmas items. So we have a bow, we have some holly berries, we have a bunch of different things. So let's get started playing with them. Before I started playing, I thought it would actually be a good idea to give you an idea of what both of the sheets look like in each of the packages. So for the Timeless Tidings, these are the 2 different sheets you'll get. You get 2 of each design. And then for the Winter's Veil collection, you get these 2 designs. So you get 2 sheets of each as well. Now it's time to actually get our foil on. To use these fusion sheets, all you have to do is cut out your desired design. I'm going to use this poinsettia up here first. So I'm just going to trim around it. Now that this design is totally cut out, we treat it just like a rub-on. That's the best way to think of these sheets. So we peel back this white sheet. And now, just like a rub-on, we have that just on the little piece of plastic there. So we can place this down on our cardstock. Now I'm just going to rub this gently on with the Tonic Studios bone folder. You don't have to use the Tonic Studios one, that's just the one I have, but for whatever bone folder you're using, use the flat side, and if there's no edge like this, use up here so there's no harsh edges, because these corners will accidentally possibly scrape up the design and mess it up, or when you're using the foil, these corners could actually scrape the foil onto the cardstock in areas that you don't want the foil. So now that I've pressed this down enough, I can just come in here and peel it up. So now this is sticky, so I could put glitter on here, I could put embossing powder on here, or I'm going to go in with foil for this first example. I will show you the embossing powder later, and if I have glitter, which I don't know if I have, I'll also do glitter. So I'm going to go in with this silver foil from Tonic Studios. It comes in a roll like this, and it's obviously in a box, but I don't have the box. I actually threw it out. So I just have the roll. There are a couple of other colors, but today we're going to be going with the silver. So I'm just going to lay this down right over top our design. And then I'm going to go back in with that bone folder, and I'm just going to gently scrape it on. You don't want to use too much pressure because that's when you could cause the foil to transfer just to the cardstock if you press hard enough. So you want to be gentle. Like I said earlier, use that curved side, not the side with the corners. So now that I'm starting to see that design in the foil, I know it's transferring, and we are probably to the point where I can pull this up. Just want to double check, make sure everything's done, and I think we're golden. So now I can peel and reveal, and look at that, our perfectly foiled poinsettia. Look at how amazing this looks, and look at how fast that was. Now from the Winter's Veil collection, I pulled out a snowflake and thought it would be really fun to do some heat embossing. So I'm going to take my anti-static powder bag, and I'm going to go in here and just coat my cardstock. I just want to make sure no embossing powder sticks where it's not supposed to. Like before, I'm going to peel back this backer sheet from the snowflake, and I'm going to put it down in the center. Then I'm going to go in here once again with the bone folder. You can actually see the foil fusion transfer. You can see it go from a lighter shade of gray to a darker shade of gray, and that's when you know it has actually stuck onto your cardstock and you're good to peel it up. Now I'm going to go over a coffee filter and take some embossing powder from Wow. This is the polished silver superfine embossing powder. I'm just going to coat this like I would any stamped image that has been done in embossing ink. I'm going to tap that all off. And as you can see, that embossing powder is on there wonderfully. And now I'm going to go in with my heat gun, but I'm going to heat it from the back just so we don't get any embossing powder blowing off, because that could potentially happen. That can happen anytime you're embossing, but to ensure the most embossing powder stays on your snowflake or whatever foil fusion transfer you're using, I would suggest heat embossing it from the back. So this is now all embossed and you can really see that shine. Obviously, since I did this in silver, these two things look pretty similar, but since this is embossed, it's a little more raised and it looks really cool. Especially because if you don't have a ton of foil colors, you could just do this with embossing because I feel like you probably have more embossing powder colors than foil colors. So if you have a blue embossing powder but not a blue foil, you could get some blue snowflakes. Another thing that will totally work with the foil fusion sheets is glitter, especially fine glitter. However, I seem to have gotten rid of all my glitter because me and glitter don't mesh well. We don't mesh well. So I unfortunately don't have any glitter on hand to show you with these foil fusion sheets, but it will work. I would just recommend fine glitter opposed to chunky glitter because it will stick better, especially on these more intricate designs like the snowflakes. Now, let's make a card. We're gonna make a super fast card with this sheet of foil fusions from the Winter's Veil collection. I'm gonna use this big part up here because it's some pretty snow that's falling down. I thought it would make a really nice card. So I've cut this part out and I'm gonna peel off that backer. You honestly could have saved some of the bottom part here because this is going to be more than enough to cover my card front. However, I'm just using the whole thing for simplicity reasons because I want the snowflakes to be starting from above the cardstock. I don't want there just to be some white space there. So I'm going to place that down right about there. And then I'm going to go in now with that bone folder. You could run this through your die cutting machine. However, I'm just going to use my bone folder right now. Like I said before, you can see the gray go from a light to a dark, and that's how you know it's actually stuck to the cardstock. Okay, now that everything has gotten enough pressure, I can just peel this back, and there we go. We now have our foil fusion all over our cardstock. So now I have a piece of this silver foil again, and I'm going to place it right on top, but I'm actually going to run this through my die cut machine, just so I can ensure that everything gets equal and enough pressure. But I am firstly going to just gently place it down to make sure the foil begins to stick and stays in place. Now I'm going to go run this through my big shot.
So now we're going to do some badly in-frame die cutting. My camera is not high enough to get my die cut machine in the shot fully, but I ended up running the foil with the foil fusion sheet on it about 4 times to ensure there was enough pressure.
Okay, I ran that through my die cutting machine. We can peel off all of our foil. We can see that we have our beautifully foiled background. Also, what you are going to notice is up here, it didn't foil perfectly, and that's a-okay. What we can do is just put our foil over it and take our bone folder and just go over that once more. And we can peel that back, and that looks much better now. And just one more example of that with this snowflake over here. I'm going to go in, and I'm actually going to use my finger this time. Just press that on, and then peel it, and you can see the mistake that was there is now fixed. So now for our background, I'm actually just going to ink blend right on top of our foiled snowflakes. Don't fear, I know this seems scary, but as long as you're using a dye ink like the Distress ink cube I'm going to use in Tumbled Glass from Tim Holtz, it will work. So if you have Simon Hurley ink, Catherine Pooler ink, Concord and Ninth ink, etc., it will work fine. So I'm just going to ink up my little dauber tool here. Then I'm going to start blending. I'm going to go darkest at the top, and then I'll blend it down so at the very bottom it'll be the lightest, almost as a white, but not quite. Actually, I am going to leave it white at the bottom, I decided. But there you go, our foil shine is still there. And what I suggest doing after you ink blend is just go over it very gently with a stamp chamois in case there is some ink left on top of the foil, just to wipe it off, but still looks stunning even after ink blending. In real life, it is a little more blue and does go down to about here. On camera, it looks like it goes to about here, but I promise, it's there. It's just not as vibrant on camera. With our background for the card all done, I'm going to go in with some of the toppers from the Winter's Veil collection as well. What these are pre-foiled sentiment strips, as well as some pre-foiled images that are all cut out and you just got to pop them out of the paper. So for our background, I thought the Let It Snow sentiment would be perfect because it's a snow-themed card. So all I have to do is just pull this right out, and then I'll have my sentiment, like so. So I'm just going to take my sentiment here, and I am just going to pop some little foam circles on the back, just because I want a little bit of dimension for the card. Now I'm just going to peel the backer off. Now I can just try to place this as best as possible in the center. And I think that's looking pretty good. It's not perfect, but hey, it's a handmade card, not a Hallmark card. Here is our almost finished card. And with adding our card front to a card base, our card is actually done now. Another cool addition that you could do would be to take these snowflakes from that Winter's Veil topper pack, just add them on, pop them up maybe, and that could look really cool.
but I'm gonna leave this the way it is, and I really like how it came out.
Okay, between foiling, embossing, and using glitter, which I personally wouldn't do, but if you like glitter, go for it. I think these foil fusion sheets are amazing. It's such a quick and easy way to add foils to your project without having to pull out a machine that requires heat and a bunch of other things. Thank you so much for watching, and then down below I have linked to both Cheryl Lee's store, Image Plus Scrapbooking Superstore, and if you're not in Australia, I've linked to Tonic Studios as well. Have an amazing rest of your day, and bye everyone! Happy crafting!